got the grace. Life and every other thing to fall into place.
Hello beautiful, welcome to another video. My name is Namolinah and today I'll be telling you guys how I got scammed by Shein, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Now, I'm not the first South African YouTuber to talk about this. I found another video, I will link it down below. She spoke about her experience and she experienced something very similar to me, except we did not use the same payment processor, and that's going to play a big role. Now, if you guys are not new to my channel, you're fully aware that I have made quite a few Shein videos. And Shein is a company that I've purchased from many times. I've never been sponsored. I've never been gifted. Every single time that I've purchased from them has been with my own money. I don't even have a discount code for you guys. Any discount code that I give you guys is somebody else's discount code. So I'm very shocked that this has happened to me. And not only did I get scammed once, not twice, but 3 times. I got scammed 3 times by Shein. And yeah, this honestly, when it happened, I could not believe it. I felt like, what? And the thing is, I had seen other people talking about this type of thing, that it could happen with Shein, but I had purchased so many times with my own money that I just felt like maybe they did something, you know? And that's important as well, because I think sometimes when you see content creators on YouTube or wherever you see people, you think that they don't want to talk about certain stuff, but I can't talk about something that hasn't happened to me. Like, how do I tell you guys that Shein can scam you if I've never been scammed? And when people do tell you guys that they've been scammed, you never know if that's the full true story. Like even my story today, you don't know if I'm giving you all the details. And sometimes it's not that people are trying to lie to you guys, it's that sometimes people forget some details, you know. So I'm going to leave a video down below by somebody who's based in South Africa who had a similar experience to me, but she did not use the payment processor that I use. So I've got my notes over here because this happened quite some time ago. So if you guys didn't know, on weekends, Shein has this great offer. It's not all weekends. It's just some weekends where you get free shipping if you spend over 600 Rand. And I have honestly just lost interest in fast fashion. I've lost interest in try-on hauls. And I've lost interest in just buying stuff all the time. So much so that there was a company that sent me a clothing voucher. And I had enough money to buy tons of clothes, and I literally just picked 4 dresses and that was it. And I did the try and haul with just 4 dresses because I just felt like I don't want a lot of stuff. I'm educating myself about fast fashion, and also as somebody who's a qualified fashion designer, there's a lot of stuff that I'm aware of that you guys might not be aware of. And ethically, there's stuff that I'm just like, I'm trying to see where I stand with the whole fast fashion thing. So with Shein as well, I have just lost interest in purchasing clothing from them. Okay, so when I saw this offer that you can get free shipping over 600 Rand, and I had spoken to some of you guys, and quite a few of you guys were interested in me reviewing human hair wigs from Shein, I was really excited. I was like, okay, maybe I can just buy one human hair wig and review it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so on the 16th of January, a Sunday, they had this offer where you spend over 600 Rand and you get free shipping to South Africa. And 600 Rand is a really low amount, which means you probably won't pay customs. So for me, that was like a really good offer. Okay, so I ordered some items and I also used a discount code. If you're based in South Africa, you should definitely check out Mandisa. She has worked with Shein. As far as I know, she's the only South African YouTuber who's ever worked with Shein, and she has discount codes with Shein. So definitely check her out. She has discount codes. A lot of times when I give you guys a discount code, it is her discount code. So I used a discount code and my total was 731.42. That was my total for my entire order. So over 600 Rand, which means I get free shipping. Okay, so now I use PayPal, and I've told you guys to use PayPal. Even my students, I keep telling them, use PayPal. You need to have a PayPal account. A PayPal account is a merchant that allows you to make payment online. You link your card to PayPal, then when you pay through PayPal. And the great thing about PayPal is, should you have any issues with your order, they sort it out. I am saying this as somebody who's in the beauty business. We had a specific innovative eyelash system, let me put it that way, an eyelash system that we had manufactured with a factory based in China, because remember, my company has the beauty business supply list. So if you want to start a beauty business, you want to sell makeup, you want to manufacture your own lipstick, eyelashes, whatever you want to manufacture, we have factory contacts for that, for sale. So we had used a factory that makes these innovative eyelash system kits, let's put it that way. And when they came to South Africa, the quality was not what I wanted. So I told the factory, like, this quality is not good. And they were like, no, we can't return it. We'll give you a discount on your next order. And I was like, why do you think I would order again when the first order was not what was advertised? So I spoke to PayPal, and guess what? PayPal was like, if you send it back to the return address and you send your tracking number and you can prove with the tracking number that it was sent back to China, then we are going to refund you. And guess what? I got my refund. So even though that factory was not a good business partner for us, I still got my refund. But if I hadn't used PayPal and I just paid with like ABSA straight to them, I wouldn't have my refund, you know. So that's why I always tell my students, please use PayPal. They've got your back. Okay, so here I am, checkout phase. I always use PayPal. I've never had an issue, even if like a lot of South African YouTubers use PayPal because that's how hair companies pay us for reviews. But for me, even if I don't have money in my PayPal account and my money is like in an ABSA account, because for today's scenario, I used my ABSA account. I have several different accounts, but I used my ABSA one because I have a card just for online shopping. So if I don't have money in my PayPal account, I will still use PayPal. So it will take money directly from my account. Okay, so I always do this. This is nothing new. All of my videos, I use PayPal. It is the best. Okay, so I go in and I try to make payment, and as I'm trying to make payment, a notification comes up on my phone. So I leave the payment page, go check out the notification, then I go back to my payment page, and I'm thinking it's just gonna make the payment. Like, I've always used PayPal. I've never had an issue like that. And that is literally where everything became a disaster from that moment. So I go in back into my PayPal account and the money leaves. I get an SMS. How much did I say it was? 731.42 has left my account, right? So I go back to Shein and it says error. Shein says they didn't get the money. And then they also have the audacity to send me an email that says you have 12 hours to make payment for this order. So what they do is when you add things to your cart and you attempt to make payment, if your payment is declined, ShopRite vibes, if your payment is declined, you will still get an SMS that says, like, we've put your stuff aside and you have 12 hours to pay for this, or you can cancel the order. Okay, so I knew I wanted that stuff. I have a discount code, I have money in my account, I want to pay for this. The money has left my account. It's left my account. I've got the SMS that the money has left my account, but Shein is saying they haven't gotten the money. So then I'm thinking, okay, I really want this stuff to arrive quickly. Let me just try to pay again, then I'll sort this out with Shein. So I try to pay again. Once again, go into PayPal, click the same link to pay, and guess what? The money leaves my account. So I'm like, oh, okay, at least the second payment went through. Then I'll talk to them about the first one that I paid the first time, and you know, you guys said you didn't receive my money. I go back into the Shein app. I'm using the app, by the way, downloaded it on my phone. I'm using my phone for everything that I'm talking about. And once again, Shein hasn't gotten my money. But I have SMSs from my bank. I have SMSs from ABSA that they removed 731.42 twice. This money is out of my account. And I'm so happy that I didn't spend like 4,000 Rand or something, because normally my Shein orders are like 6,000, 4,000 Rand. So I'm so happy that the amount was a much smaller amount. So then now I'm getting stressed and worried. Like, I paid twice. The money is out of my account. The balance for my online shopping account is lower. But Shein says they haven't received my money. So I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. You know, normally when you're shopping online, they tell you don't leave the page until your payment is done and processed. I left. I got a notification. I got distracted. I left while the payment was processing. Maybe it's my fault. So I clear everything. Right, you know, on your phone at the bottom, I use a Xiaomi, so I'm not sure how iPhone hands phones look, but I use a Xiaomi. I'm a Xiaomi girl. I love Xiaomi phones. So at the bottom, you can actually clear all your pages. So I clear all my pages, go back and I try to pay for the exact same order again. So on the Shein app, it shows that you haven't paid and you can try to pay again. So I try to pay again. This is the third time. For the third time, Shein takes my money again. And once again, guess what? Shein says they didn't receive my money. So now I have 731.42 removed from my account 3 times. I have SMSs from Absa to prove it. And Shein says they did not receive my payment. They literally have a timer that shows how many hours you have left to make payment for your order. And it was crazy for me. So I was like, no, there's no way that I got scammed by Shein. Like, I've purchased from Shein so many times. What is going on? So I go into my Absa account. In my account, it shows that I have 3 payments that have left my account, but it shows them as uncleared. However, all the SMSs I've received show that the balance has been reduced 3 times. My balance is lower 3 times. I don't know how I'm supposed to construct that sentence. Let me put it that way. But in my account, it's showing that that amount has been removed, but it's uncleared. So this money is not with Shein. It's somewhere in the air. So then I go into PayPal, because remember, I am using PayPal. PayPal is linked to my Absa account, my online shopping account. And what it does is it takes money from my Absa account, goes through PayPal. There's a small fee for that, which I'm willing to pay because PayPal is very reliable. As I told you guys my story with the factory based in China. So they have a small fee and they take money from your account. Now you can have money in PayPal, or you can have money in PayPal and use some money from your bank account, or you can use money directly from your PayPal account, from your bank account. You have full control of that. You can decide with every payment that you make if you want to use the money that you have in PayPal, you want to use some money from PayPal and from your account, or you want to use money directly from your account. Even when you have money in your PayPal account, you can still say, I want to use my rands. I don't want to use the dollars from hair companies or from international friends and family. Okay. So in my PayPal account, it shows 3 identical payments. These are the payments from Shein for 731.42, because PayPal has its own dashboard that shows all the transactions that you've made, okay? So I talked to someone from PayPal and I explained my situation, that I tried to pay with Shein. The money has left my Absa account. It is recorded on the PayPal account that there are 3 transactions that have left that have been processed by PayPal, but Shein is claiming that they never received my money, regardless of the 3 attempts that I made. So the person at PayPal tells me that if for any reason the payment is voided, I will not be charged. Now that was a bit confusing, because it's like I've already been charged. Like, I don't have that money. If the amount was 100 Rand and I had 1,000 Rand in my account, it means I now have 700 Rand. Like, that money is gone. It's not like it's sitting there and they're waiting to take it. Like, my balance is lower already. Guys, I'm so glad that I didn't spend like 4,000 Rand. Like, imagine 4,000 Rand leaving 3 times. Like, I am so happy that it was such a smaller amount of money. So at this point, I'm very frustrated. I go on to Google and I also discover that other people have had this experience as well. Like, other people have tried to pay using PayPal, and Shein claims that they did not receive the payment, but their balance is lower. So I'm not the only one. Now, at this point, I'm very frustrated. I'm thinking, I got scammed 3 times by Shein. My money is gone. Yes, I interrupted the transaction the first time, but why is the maths not matching? Why did my second and third transaction not get accepted by Shein, but the money has left my account? Like, what's going on? So my conclusion, and the only thing that gave me hope, was 2 things. Number 1, in my Absa account, it was showing that those transactions were uncleared, even though my balance was lower for that account. Number 2, when I spoke to the customer service on PayPal, PayPal has really good customer service. You're able to talk to a human being, not a robot. I didn't even bother with Shein. Like, I just went straight to my bank and PayPal, because Shein and their robots, I'm not doing that. Other people on YouTube have spoken to, customer service at Shein. I was like, I'm not going to do that. You guys can refer to the video that I have left for you guys to see, because somebody else has had the same experience as me. But PayPal essentially said, if the payment is rejected, it's going to take some time for it to reflect in my bank account. So what they mean is that this money, this 700 and I should memorize this, the 731.42 that was taken out of my account 3 times is literally uncleared. So Shein doesn't have this money. This money is up in the air. If Shein's system does not accept this money, as they are claiming that they have not taken the money, then it is going to go back into my account, but that's going to take some time. So after this, I was chilled. I was like, okay, it's going to take a few days. PayPal has never lied to me. I've had very, very good experiences with PayPal, even in incidents that were scary and I felt like I'm about to get scammed. They've always had my back. That's why I always recommend PayPal. I am going to wait for them. So a week passes and I'm like, they said a few days, not a week. Why am I still waiting? Where's my money? This is 3 transactions that have left my account. I literally don't have this money in my account. So where's the money? So remember, I placed this order on the 16th of January, Sunday. And so a week had passed, 2 weeks had passed, and I finally decided, you know what, I am going to call ABSA. Like, I'm going to call ABSA and find out what's going on, because on PayPal side, I'm just waiting. Like, what is ABSA saying about this situation? So on the 4th of February, I spoke to ABSA. I just gave them a call. I decided not to go to the branch, and I told them, look, I've got 3 transactions of the amount of 731 point, how much is it? 731.42 that has left my account in January, and that money has not come back. Like, what's going on? I'm supposed to be refunded this amount because Shein says they never received the money. So the lady at ABSA said something that really scared me. She's like, she can't see the transactions. And I'm like, no, I'm sure about this date. Like, in January, on the 16th, I tried to pay 3 separate times using PayPal. Can you guys check? If you cannot see transactions from Shein, can you check if you can see transactions from PayPal? Because I paid through PayPal. So PayPal is the one that's taking money out of my account and sending it to Shein. Can you guys check if you can see 3 payments from them? And I tell her I have SMSs to prove it. Like, every single time that money was out of my account trying to pay Shein, I have SMSs that prove the amount that was taken and the balance thereafter. Like, I have proof of this. What do you mean that you cannot see these transactions in my account? It doesn't make sense. So she looks, and once again, she says she cannot see them. Like, she can't see anything. There's no transactions under Shein. There's no transactions under PayPal. There's nothing. So I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense, especially because when I was making the payment in January, it showed the transactions, but it said that the transactions were uncleared. And the uncleared situation also didn't make sense to me because it had cleared, like money left my account. So she explained to me that uncleared means that the money has left your account, but the merchant, the person who you're paying, hasn't received the money. So Shein hadn't received the money had left my account, and that's why the balance was less 3 times. For each transaction that I attempted to make, the money did leave my account, but it was literally in the air. Shein hadn't collected the money, Shein hadn't received the money, and they're waiting for the money to be cleared. So now I'm thinking, okay, so what's the solution? Because now I have 700 and something that has left my account 3 times. I have proof of it. PayPal says that I should have received it in a few days. I haven't received it. So, like, what's the solution? Like, are you guys telling me that I've been scammed 3 times by Shein and there's nothing you can do? So she's like, you know what? You're right. It's been quite some time. Your money should have come back by now if it was uncleared and Shein hasn't received it. I placed my order on the 16th of January. I was speaking to this ABSA consultant on 4th of February, and she's saying that I should have gotten my money by now. Like, if it's uncleared and Shein rejected the money because I didn't pay and the system shows that I didn't make payment for it and they rejected the money, then the money should go back into my account. So then she told me about something that I didn't know about, and it's called a statement reconciliation, and that is what she did with my account. I'm going to try and explain this, but guys, I am not the best with maths. I literally failed maths. My matric certificate says that I failed maths. I think I got like 18% or something. So I'm going to try to explain what the statement reconciliation is. So we'll give an example and say that my account had 1,000 Rand, and I attempted to pay Shein The first time, 100 Rand. So then I had 900. Then I attempted to pay the second time and I had 800. Then I attempted to pay the third time and I had 700 Rand left in my account. However, in my scenario, Shein says they never received my money. And PayPal says they can see that the money has left my account 3 times. Absa says they can't see it, but I received 3 SMSs and each time I could see that I had 900, 800, then 700 Rand. I can see that I have 3 transactions that have left my account and my balance is 700. And Absa, and on my side, the Absa app shows that there's 3 transactions that are uncleared. But the consultant later in February says that she cannot even see these transactions. Like they don't even exist on my account. So she did a statement reconciliation. So she looked at all my spending in my online shopping account. That account is just for online shopping. So now I have 700 Rand in my account. So with the statement reconciliation, they look at your spending habits and your current balance when you call them and your balance when the situation took place, and the money needs to be money. It needs to make sense. So let's say I have 700 Rand left in my account and I go and purchase a pair of drip sneakers for 1,000 Rand. That means that that account has negative 300 Rand. But if during that period of time, the money that was uncleared was cancelled out and it came back into my account, then my balance when I am calling them should be 0. Remember, I had 1,000 Rand, tried to pay Shein 3 times and my balance is 700 Rand. Then I go and I pay for a pair of sneakers from Drip and now I have negative 300 Rand. But because Shein never received that money, the money bounces back into my account and my balance is 0. And the way she explained it is that Absa does not give notifications for transactions that bounce back. So transactions that are rejected, so the money has left your account, you get an SMS when the money has left your account. But it's somewhere in the air. Shein doesn't take that money because it's in the air. They don't have an order that shows that you paid. All of their information in their system shows that the money that you tried to pay was never accepted by them. It got rejected 3 times. So that money bounces back into my Absa account. And because it went back into my Absa account, that means that transaction completely disappears from my entire account. They cannot even find it on their system because essentially means that it's kind of like I thought of giving Shein money, but I never gave them. So there's no point in Absa giving me a notification. So the money came back into my account, but I never got a notification. So that's a statement reconciliation. The best way I can try explain it as somebody who failed maths. That's the best way I can try and explain it. So she went through all my transactions and she noted that my balance made sense. That at some point, that money, that 700 and that amount, that 700 and something came back into my account 3 times. Like my balance makes sense. If, however, that money hadn't come back, with the example that I gave you guys, I had 1,000 Rand, I paid Shein once, twice, then 3 times, had 700 Rand, purchased a pair of drip sneakers for 1,000 Rand, had negative 300 Rand. If my balance when I called them was negative 300 Rand, then that would mean that there's money missing. In that case, then Absa would have opened a fraud case. That's my understanding, that that's what Absa would have done on my behalf. But my money made sense. I hope that makes sense for you guys. So the lady was very patient. She literally went through my statement. She's like, yeah, you purchased this from this store, minus this, and she literally went through and calculated everything. And she's like, yeah, your balance makes sense. However, I went back into my account, okay? I counted everything up, and according to my calculations, they only refunded me for 1 of those payments. There are 2 payments of 700 and something that I'm missing, according to my calculations. However, I decided to just let it go because I'm like, first of all, I failed maths, so maybe I just don't understand it. Like, I'm talking to a whole accountant. She knows what she's talking about. I didn't even know what a statement reconciliation is, so I just learned a new term. So I just decided to trust her. Like, that's literally what I decided to do. And guys, yeah, that is my story of how I got scammed by Shein 3 times. So after this experience, I was very traumatized and I was like, I'm not buying from Shein again. either way, I already have like ethical questions and things that I'm pondering on in terms of fast fashion. I'm sure you guys have seen I haven't done any try on hauls recently. Like, there are things that I'm just thinking about, and I'm really trying to see where I stand on this whole thing. I want to make it very clear, because there are some people who have aggressively demanded that I make public statements. I do not know enough about the whole fast fashion industry and the ethics of it. And it's not just fast fashion, even these luxury designer brands. Like, I literally watched a TikTok where there's a luxury designer brand. They killed animals for this item. It was sunglass cases, leather sunglass cases. And then because people didn't purchase them and they also didn't want the item to be oversaturated in the market, they went and destroyed these sunglass cases and threw them in a bin, just so that there could be scarcity and they could have some sense of their items being for the elite only. So that's also an ethical issue in terms of fashion. Like, and it's not just fashion, there's slavery in the cocoa trade. That's something that I've been really interested in as somebody who consumes chocolate so much. I absolutely love chocolate. The food industry has so much wastage, like so much wastage. Do you guys know that, like, when you go to a donut shop, they already know which donuts sell a lot, but just because of the psychology of a buyer, the psychology of making sales, they fill that window with fresh donuts every single day and they end up throwing them away. And even charities, like let's say it's a pizza shop, even charities or old age homes or places that shelters where people would appreciate eating a pizza, they throw them away. They don't want to get into legal battles where somebody's like, oh, this certain pizza place gave us their pizza after their last shift and now we are sick. There are so many issues in all industries. It's not just like in fashion only. So please don't volunteer my name, my likeness, and my personality into arguments that I do not have enough information to have a public opinion on. Like, I am not your brand ambassador for ethical fashion, for slow fashion. I don't know enough to say if I agree or not. Please, guys, like, respect me as an individual human being who's learning, educating myself, and discovering what works for me. It's so easy for people who are skinny, who have so many options in South Africa, to tell plus-size people that, oh, you guys are busy supporting Shein, and Shein has slavery, and Shein has this and this, when you don't know what it's like to purchase a basic tracksuit for 900 Rand, because you get to go to Mr. Price and find a well-fitting, okay quality, because y'all know my opinion on Mr. Price, an okay garment for 150 Rand or 250 Rand. Like, it's so easy for people with certain privileges to tell other people who have limited choices to not support fast fashion. Like, it's not that easy. Like, it's complex. It's very, very complex. So with that being said, I was very discouraged. I wanted wigs from Shein. That's what I wanted. I wanted wigs and other like little stuff. Like for phones, they have this camera protector thingy, because I always feel like somebody's watching me on my phone. Like, I'm so paranoid. But they have this camera protector thingy where you can put it on. It's like a sticker and then you can slide and it covers your camera lens. I wanted small stuff like that. So I already didn't want clothes. And when this whole scamming situation happened, I was discouraged. I was like, well, I'm not going to buy from Shein. Guess what? I watched a video on YouTube where a girl had a Shein wig. Actually, it was similar to this color. Like this color here. You see this hair color? Which the hair dyes from my company, the South African Hair Emporium. She had a wig from Shein and she dyed it. And I was like, yes, I've always wanted to be a hair YouTuber. I don't want to be a fashion YouTuber. Like, I wanted to be a hair YouTuber. So I am going to buy. So guess what I did? I went back onto Shein. And it's so funny because even the girl that I'm telling you guys about, she also got scammed by Shein the same way that I got scammed. And she also wants to buy from Shein again. So I went back onto Shein and I placed another order. And then guess what? Just guess. The same thing happened. I went on, tried to pay with PayPal, and this order was a bit more hefty. It was thousands of rands. I tried, because it's human hair wigs, like it's a collection of human hair wigs that I tried to buy. I go there, I'm trying to pay for this order. Once again, Shein says they have not received my payment. Fortunately, this time, the money didn't leave my account. So you know what I did? I got out of the app, went onto my other device, clicked the link that they send you. There's an email they send you and they're like, you have 12 hours to pay for this, like a countdown timer. went into that, used a different device. I didn't use the device that I've been using the first, second, and third time that I got scammed. The fourth time, I was like, at least this time, the money didn't leave my account. So I went into the email, clicked the link, and then I paid on the website. So normally I use the app. So this time I went onto the website. It showed me my order on the Shein website. I made payment there, and guess what? My payment was accepted. So I'm really excited to give you guys a Shein haul. It is wigs from Shein, budget-friendly wigs from Shein, human hair wigs from Shein. I'm really excited, but I think the main lesson from today's video is there are people who've gotten scammed, and the best way to protect yourself is PayPal, guys. Make sure you have a PayPal account. If you're going to be buying internationally, please get a PayPal account. I, just like you guys, I'm not special. They don't know that I'm Namolinah. Being Namolinah doesn't mean anything. It is so irrelevant. I am so irrelevant. I'm a normal person just like you guys. So when I purchase and I get scammed the same way that you would get scammed. But when I purchase and I get my items the same way that you get them. I don't have a special connection. I don't have somebody who picks up my orders. I don't have anything like that. I buy just like you guys. So when I really looked at it from a broad sense, I think that maybe, I know I clicked off and I made a mistake with that, but even with the fourth time where I nearly got scammed, I didn't click off. So that means that the problem is actually with Shein. Yes, the first time I did something wrong and that affected the second and third time I got scammed, but the fourth time when I nearly got scammed, I didn't do anything wrong. So that means Shein has some type of glitch in their system that is making it look like people didn't pay when they actually paid. And I really hope that they will work on that. I'm not the only one, guys. All you have to do is search for Shein scam. I am literally not the only one. And don't just search on YouTube. Just go on Google. There are people who've written in forums, on different platforms and websites, that they also had this experience where they tried to pay. It's not a South African thing. I don't think it's a South African thing. I think it's a worldwide thing where people try to make payment and the money leaves their account. Or sometimes, like the fourth time, the money didn't leave my account and Shein says that, you know, like there's an error. And it's like, you have the money. They're just not taking it. So I hope they work on that. So guys, please get a PayPal account if you're going to be shopping internationally. If you're my student, you don't have a PayPal account, you're pissing me off. Like, you're pissing me off. We've spoken about this in the online classes. You need to have a PayPal account. If it means you need to open an FNB account, go ahead and do it. It's easier with FNB, but you can still do it with other accounts. Like I said, mine is linked to my ABSA account. Check on YouTube, guys. Please don't wait for me to make a video about PayPal, because man, I just kind of feel like it's going to be so boring. I'm so lazy to do it. I feel like it's going to be like, who wants to watch Namolinah talking about PayPal? Like, that feels so boring. There are people who've made PayPal videos, how to link your account with PayPal. And I really think you guys should definitely look into doing that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below. This is the last time I'm going to say this. Like, I'm determined that this is the last time. Shein does not give customs refunds. Okay? Like, I get so irritated when somebody watches an old video and it's like, you're lying, Shein doesn't give customs refunds. They say it on their website. And I'm like, it's not my issue that you're not updated. Like, that sounds like a you problem. It doesn't sound like a problem, that's mine. That sounds like a you problem, okay? So Shein doesn't give customs refunds. Please keep that in mind. And I really suggest that you guys check them out on Saturdays and Sundays. They normally have free shipping over 600 Rand, and then purchase something small, something that's 600, 700 Rand. Oh, check out Mandisa as well. She has Shein discount codes. Check out her channel and you can get a discount there as well. So stay tuned, guys. I have a Shein haul coming for you guys. My items got delivered finally after trying so many times. After 4 attempts, finally got my items, and I cannot wait to share the wigs that I got from you guys. All human hair wigs. It's about to go down. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching and bye.
I got too much grace. I got too much grace. Yeah. I got the grace. I got the grace. Yeah. Life and every other thing fall into place.